Now coming to the next lecture, that is memory wait state, right? Now what is mean by memory wait state? Now how to generate a wait state in a microprocessor? Let us see in this lecture, right? Now coming to the memory wait state, right? Now what is the meaning of wait state? You know, right? Waiting for some time, right? Now this wait state is created in the microprocessor, where the microprocessor waits for other peripheral devices communication, right? Now that means, let me briefly explain, right, what is mean by wait state, right? Now how to generate a wait state in a microprocessor, let us see in this lecture, right? Now in some applications, right, in some application, now speed of the memory system, right? Now we have some application where speed of the memory system or IO system, right, where speed of the memory system or IO system are not compatible with the timings of microprocessor. That means there are some applications under your microprocessors, right, where the speed of memory systems and IO systems are not compatible with the microprocessor timings, right? Because of this they take longer time, right? Because of this they take longer time to read or write the data, right? Now there are few applications, right? There are few applications where the speed of memory and IO system are not compatible with the speed of the microprocessor, right? That means they will take the longer time to read or write the data, right? In such situation microprocessor has to confirm, right? In such situation microprocessor has to confirm whether a peripheral is nothing but any external device or IO device we call it as, right, whether the peripheral is ready for communication with the microprocessor or not, right? Now what you have ready pin, right? You have ready pin under your microprocessor, under 8085 you have ready pin. Now what status it will give? Now the ready pin under your 8085, it will sense whether a peripheral, nothing but external device, whether a peripheral is ready for data transfer or not, right? Now whether a peripheral is ready for data transfer or not, that information is given by the ready pin under 8085. Now that information is provided for logic 1 or logic 0. When it is logic 1, it indicates external peripheral is ready for data transfer, right? When it is 0, external peripheral is not ready for data transfer between 8085 and its device, right? Now this ready pin, the whole scenario under this wait state will depend on the ready pin only, right? Now this ready pin, when it is logic 0, right, when it is logic 1, now this will specify that external peripheral is ready for data transfer, right? Now that is okay. When ready pin is 1, we don't have any problem, right? Now when ready pin is 0, that means when ready pin is logic 0, now which information it conveys? That the external peripheral is not ready for data transfer, right? When ready pin is 0, it conveys information to the microprocessor that external peripheral is not ready for data transfer, right? Now when ready pin is 0, right, when ready pin is 0, now 8085 enters wait state, right? When it is logic 0, it enters wait state, right? Now when it is logic 1, directly data transfer occurs between your external peripheral and 8085, right? Now what happens when it is logic 0? It is conveying information to the microprocessor that external peripheral is not ready for data transfer. When external peripheral is not ready for data transfer, now what happens means 8085 enters wait state, right? 8085 enters wait state, right? Now during this wait state, how many buses you have? 3 buses. And 8085 has 3 buses. One is address bus whose lines are A0 to A15, 16 address lines. And next one is data bus, you have 8-bit data, that is D0 to D7. And next you have control bus, right, which is used to carry the control signals like read, write, etc., right? Now these 3 buses, right, whether to transfer the data or whether to transfer the address bus or whether to read or write the data, the whole scenario is followed by these 3 buses, right? Now when for logic 0 of ready state, 8085 enters wait state, right? Now when microprocessor is under wait state, now the address bus, data bus and control bus all are held in constant position. All are held in constant position, right? When 8085 is entered into wait state, now what happens? Address bus, data bus and control bus are all held constant. That means these three buses doesn't transfer addresses, doesn't transfer data and doesn't transfer control signals externally, right? Now that means their position is constant during the wait state of 8085, right? During the wait state of 8085. This is the meaning of general wait state. This is the description of wait state. Now let me briefly explain again, right? Now why a microprocessor enters wait state? Why it enter? There are some application. Why a microprocessor enter wait states? Because there are some applications where a memory system and IO system speed is not compatible with the microprocessor timings, right? Now because of not compatibility, because of no compatibility between your memory system and 8085, now what happens? It takes longer time to read or write the data, right? It takes longer time because variation in speed, right? Now there are some application where there is a variation in speed of memory system or IO system with the speed of microprocessor, right? Now because of that variation in the speed, now what happens? It takes longer time to read or write the data, right? It takes longer time to read or write the data, right? In such situations, right? In such situation, microprocessor will check whether the peripheral is ready for data transfer or not. Through which pin it will select ready pin, right? You have ready pin under 8085, which will convey the information of whether the peripheral is ready for data transfer or not. When it is logic 1, the peripheral is ready for data transfer. When it is logic 0, the peripheral is not ready for data transfer, right? Now when peripheral is not ready for data transfer, now what happens? Microprocessor enters wait state, right? Because it will wait for the peripheral in order to transfer data between these two, right? Now when the microprocessor is entered into wait state, now what happens? You have address bus, data bus and control bus. Those are held in constant position. That means they won't carry address or data or control signals like read signal or write signal, right? Now this is the meaning of wait state. Why a wait state is generated, how it is generated through the 8085, that we have seen, right? Now let us see the generation of wait state. Let us see the generation of wait state. Now you have D flip-flop, right? You have D flip-flop. Okay, I will draw in next page because you have also timing diagrams, because those two should be together, then only you will understand its generation, right? Now let me draw its diagram first. Now you know D flip-flop, SR flip-flop, T flip-flop, JK flip-flop, all these you might have seen under digital circuits, right? Digital circuits. Now we have generation, how to generate a wait state. Now let us see generation of wait state, right? Generation of wait state. Now let me draw its diagram first, then I will clearly explain, right? Now you have Q1 state and Qn plus 1, that is represented by this thing, and you have clock signal, right? And next you have another D flip-flop, that is input is D2, Q2, right? Now Q1 of D1, first flip-flop, right? Now this is a D flip-flop which is a positive edge trigger, right? Now you know positive edge trigger, negative edge trigger, right? Positive edge trigger, right? Now similarly this is also D flip-flop which is of positive edge trigger, right? Now that means D flip-flop will operate for positive edge of clock pulse. When it is negative edge trigger, D flip-flop will operate for negative, that means falling edge, right? Falling edge of clock signal, right? And next we have reset pins, reset 1 and reset 2, right? Now Q1 of first flip-flop is connected to D2, right? Now here we are connecting it is as active high, that is 1, and clock is your ALE signal, right? To clock we are connecting ALE of 8085 address latch enable signal, right? Whatever the address latch enable signal is there, now that is connected to the clock of first D flip flop, right? Clock of first D flip flop, right? Now here also you will have clock signal. Now to this we are connecting the clock out of 8085, right? Internal clock is generated under 8085, that is connected to the second D flip flop, right? Now we have Q2, right? Q2 along with reset 1. Now this is given to ready pin, right? Ready pin of which processor? 8085 processor, right? Ready pin of 8085 processor, right? Now this is a block diagram in order to generate a wait state, right? Now I am drawing the clock signal of 8085, this thing, right? Clock signal of 8085, right? Let me draw first. Now till here it is complete one cycle, that we call it as time cycle 1, that is T1, right? Now till here one complete cycle, that we call it as T2, T3, T4, so on, right? Now this is the clock signal that is given as input to your D flip flop, that is given as input to your D flip flop, right? Now coming to address latch enable signal, now this will be high during the positive T1, right? Positive T1 for some condition, right? And for remaining it will be low, right? This is the behavior of ALE signal, right? This is the behavior of ALE signal. That means at the beginning of first clock cycle, T1 is nothing but first clock cycle, T2 is nothing but second clock cycle, and so on, right? Now during beginning of first clock cycle, nothing but T1, right? During beginning of first clock cycle, ALE is high, and for remaining clock cycle it will be 0. This is the behavior of ALE signal, right? ALE signal always be high for first clock cycle only. For remaining clock cycles it will be 0, right? It will be 0, right? Now you know, right? Now you know, you might have know the truth table of D flip flop, right? You might have know the truth table of D flip flop. Again I am not writing here, directly I am giving the results, right? Now Q1 of first flip flop, Q1 of first flip flop is connected to D2, right? Q1 of first flip flop is connected to D2, right? Now D1 is high, right? Now D1 is high and ALE is also high for T1, right? Now what is Q1, right? Now when clock signal is high, right, nothing but 1, right? When clock signal is high, nothing but 1, and D1 is always 1, right? When both are 1, what is output of Q1? What is output of Q1? Nothing but 1, right? Nothing but 1, and this will be 0, right? This will be 0. Q1 will be 1. When D1 is 1 and when clock signal is high, Q1 will be 1 and Q1 next state will be 0, right? Anyhow we are not considering Q1, that's why we are neglecting this, and Q1 is 1, that is connected to D2, right? Now D2 is 1, right? D2 is 1 and D2 is 1 throughout T1, right? Throughout T1 D2 is 1, throughout T1 D2 is 1, right? That means you will get like this. I am representing here. Now Q1 equals to D2 because this is high during the first clock cycle of clock signal, during the first clock cycle of clock signal, right? And next the positive, now till here T1 is completed, right? Now for positive edge of clock of second clock cycle, right? Now for positive edge of second clock cycle, nothing but T2, right? Now what happens? Q2 becomes, now D2 is 1 and here also it is 1, right? D2 is 1 and here also it is 1. Now Q2 will be 1 and Q2 dash will be 0, right? Now this is given to ready pin of 8085 microprocessor, that is given to ready pin of 8085 microprocessor. Now ready pin value is 0, right? Ready pin value is 0. Now what happens when ready pin value is 0? Now that indicates microprocessor, external peripheral is not ready for data transfer, right? We are getting ready pin value, we are getting Q2 as 0. Now that is given as directly to the ready pin of 8085. Now since the value of ready pin is 0, now that indicates external peripheral is not ready for data transfer. Now what happens? Microprocessor enters into wait state, right? Microprocessor enters into wait state. Now this is the wait state of microprocessor. Third clock cycle is the wait state of microprocessor, right? Third clock cycle is the wait state of microprocessor. Because we are getting Q2, the next state of second D flip-flop as 0, that is directly given to the ready pin of 8085, right? Now that indicates external peripheral is not ready for data transfer. Now what happens? Microprocessor enters into wait state, right? Now microprocessor enters into wait state. So the ready input is 0 throughout the T2 state, right? Now the ready input is 0 throughout the T2 state. It is 0 throughout the T2 state. Now this is the Q2 hash nothing but ready pin, right? Next state of second D flip-flop nothing but ready pin, right? Now this is how to generate a wait state, right? This is how to generate a wait state. Now in order to get this as 1, right? In order to get this as 1, now D2 should be 0, right? D2 should be 0. And for 0 1 and for 0, when clock signal is 1 and D is 0, now this will be 0 and this will be 1, right? We have to make this Q1 as 0 in order to make Q2 as 1. When it is 1, it is directly given to the ready pin of 8085 microprocessor. Now that indicates, what it indicates? External peripheral is ready for data transfer, right? Now this is how to generate a wait state. Now let me briefly explain again, then you will have a clear idea, right? Now coming to memory state, right? Now what is mean by wait state, right? Microprocessor is entering into wait state, right? Now there are some applications, right? There are some applications where the memory systems and IO systems, right? Not only memory, IO wait state also will be there. Not only memory, IO wait state will also be there. But in your syllabus, you have only memory wait state. That's why I am explaining about this, right? Now there are some applications and where the memory system as well as IO system, right? Their speeds are not compatible with the speed of microprocessor, right? Now because of the variation in the speed, see, microprocessor will execute its operation very speedily, right? Now coming to IO system and memory system, there are some IO systems and memory system whose speed is less than the speed of microprocessor, right? In such application, now here there is a variation in the speed, right? Now when speed varies, what happens? It takes longer time to read or write the data, right? Now there are some applications where memory systems and IO systems speed is not compatible with the speed of microprocessor. Now what happens when there is a variation in the speed of microprocessor with the speed of memory system or IO system? Now what happens? They can read, that means memory system and IO system, they take longer time to read or write the data, right? Now here variation in the speed of memory systems and IO system with the speed of microprocessor, right? Now when there is a variation in the speed of memory system and IO system with the speed of microprocessor, now what happens? It takes longer time to read or write the data, right? It takes longer time to read or write the data. In such situations, right? In such situation, the microprocessor has to confirm, right? The microprocessor has to confirm whether a peripheral is ready for data transfer or not, right? Whether a peripheral is ready for data transfer or not. Because of the variation in the speeds, it is taking longer time to read or write the data, right? It is taking longer time to read or write the data. Now here microprocessor has to check, right? Microprocessor has to check whether a peripheral is ready for data transfer or not, right? Now how it will check? It will check through ready pin, right? Now the ready pin under 8085 is responsible to check whether a peripheral is ready for data transfer or not, right? Now this particular pin, ready pin, will convey information to the microprocessor, that is whether a peripheral is ready for data transfer or not, right? Now this is an active high signal. When it is logic 1, it indicates external peripheral is ready for data transfer, right? Now when it is 1, there is no problem. Directly transfer of data will occur between your external peripheral and the microprocessor, right? Now when it is logic 0, when ready pin is logic 0, now what it indicates? The external peripheral is not ready for data transfer. When ready pin is logic 0, when that indicate, it conveys information to the microprocessor that the external peripheral is not ready for data transfer. Now once the information is conveyed to the microprocessor by this ready pin, the microprocessor will wait, right? The microprocessor will wait. That will enter into wait state. Microprocessor will enter into wait state. Now during the wait state of 8085, the address bus, data bus and control bus of 8085 are under idle position, nothing but constant position. They won't do any operation during the wait state of 8085, right? This is the description of wait state. Now coming to how to generate a wait state, generation of wait state in 8085 microprocessor, right? Now here we are using D flip-flops, 2 D flip-flops, right, which are of positive edge trigger, right? You have positive edge triggered flip-flop and negative edge triggered flip-flop. You might have known these terms under your digital circuits, right? Now here D1, this is the first D flip-flop and this is the second D flip-flop. Now here D1 is always high, right? Now the clock signal, to the clock signal of first D flip-flop, we are connecting address latch enable, right? And here get present state and next state, right? Now the present state is connected to D2 or second flip-flop, right? And the clock signal is connected to clock signal of 8085, and here also you will get present state and next state. To this we are connecting the reset pin of D flip-flop, first D flip-flop, right? Now this is the diagram, right? Now here I have drawn the clock signal of 8085, right? It is containing some number of clock cycles, right? I have considered 3 clock cycles, right? I have considered 3 clock cycles, right? Now this is one complete clock cycle that is represented by T1, that indicates first clock cycle. This is one more complete clock cycle that is indicated by T2, which indicates second clock cycle, third clock cycle, fourth clock cycle, right? Now here I have represented the clock signal of 8085, right? Now coming to ALE, address latch enable, it is used to demultiplex address and data bus, right? You have multiplexed address and data under 8085. Now this ALE is used to demultiplex address and data length, right? Now the behavior of ALE, what is the behavior of ALE? It will be high. It will be, ALE will be high during the beginning of T1, right? Address latch enable will be high during the beginning of T1 and it will be 0 for the remaining clock cycles, right? ALE will be high during the beginning of T1 for remaining clock cycles, and for remaining clock cycles it will be 0, right? Now here D1 is high, address latch during T1, during first clock cycle I am saying now, during first clock cycle, that is positive edge of T1, D1 is high and ALE is also high. When clock is 1 and D1 is 1, what is the present state? You will get 1 and the next state will be 0, right? Now here we no need to do with the next state. Now this is connected to D2, right? Second flip-flop. Now it is 0, right? Now it is 0. Now this D2, sorry, it is 1. It is 1 and this will be high, right? This will be high during the first clock cycle, right? D2 will be high during the first clock cycle. Say during positive edge of T1, nothing but during the positive edge of first clock cycle, D1 is high and ALE is high. When D1 is high and ALE is high, what is the present state? 1, right? Next state will be 0. Now the present state of first flip-flop is connected to the D2. Now this D2 will be high during T1, right? This D2 will be high during T1, right? Now this is 1 and the clock signal, now during T2, Now during T2, this is high till T1 is completed till here, right? Now next clock cycle is T2, right? Now during positive edge of T2, D2 is, now during positive edge of D2 is 1, and next is positive edge of T2. When both are 1, right, what you will get here, you will get it as 1, and here you will get it as 0, right? When D2 is 1, because we are connecting Q1 to D2, for the first T1 we are getting D2 value as 1. Now this is 1 and the clock signal for the positive edge. When both are 1, present state will be 1 and the next state will be 0, right? Now Q2, you are getting it as 0. The next state of second D flip flop, you are getting it as 0. Now that is connected to ready pin of 8085 microprocessor. Now ready pin value is 0, right? Ready pin value is 0. Now what it conveys information to the microprocessor? What it conveys? That there is no external peripheral for data transfer. That means peripheral is not ready for data transfer, right? Peripheral is not ready for data transfer. Now here the next clock cycle. For the next clock cycle, now when ready pin is 0, what happens? Microprocessor will enter to wait state, right? Now for the next clock cycle, microprocessor will enter into wait state, right? For the next clock cycle, microprocessor enter into wait state. Now ready pin should be 1, right? Because that indicates external peripheral is ready for data transfer. In order to make ready pin should be 1, D2 should be 0. We have to choose such a values that ready pin should be 1, right? And that conveys information to the microprocessor that external peripheral is ready for data transfer, right? Based on the D table only, right? For positive edge clock cycle and for the positive edge of first clock cycle, ALE will be high, right? ALE will be high, and when both are high, Q1 will be 1, right? Q1 will be 1, which will be high during T1, right? And when both are for T2, ready pin will be 0, right? For T2, ready pin will be 0, right? Now ready pin will be 0. Now this is your wait state. The next clock cycle will be the wait state of microprocessor, right? Now this is how to generate a wait state, right? Using this circuit we are generating the wait state, right? Now in order to operate a microprocessor, we have to make this ready pin should be 1. For that purpose we have to make D2, we have to choose this value such that D2 should be 0. When D2 is 0, clock signal is 0, here you will get 0 and here you will get 1. That is connected to the ready pin of 8085, right? That is connected to the ready pin of 8085. Then it conveys information to the microprocessor that there is that external peripheral is ready for data transfer, right? Now this is the brief description of memory wait state. In next lecture we will see the interfacing of 8085 with timer and count, right? Now let me explain again. 2 flip-flops we are using. D1 is 1 and ALE is to clock Q1 to D2, right? And to this clock we are connecting clock out of 8085 Q2 and the next state of second flip flop. This is connected to ready pin of 8085, right? Now D1 is always 1, right? D1 is always 1 and ALE will be high during the positive edge of T1. At the beginning of T1, ALE will be high and for the remaining clock cycles it will be 0, right? When both are 1, Q1 will be 1 and the next state will be 0. Now this is connected to D2. Now till the T1, till the first complete cycle, first clock cycle, D2 will be 1, right? When it is 1 during the positive edge of clock cycle, when both are 1 you are getting 0, right? Here you are getting 1 and here you are getting 0. Now this 0 is connected to the ready pin of 8085 microprocessor. Now that conveys information that the external peripheral is not ready for data transfer, right? Now when ready pin is 0, 8085 enters wait state. Now the next clock cycle, for the next clock cycle 8085 will enter into wait state, right? Now during the T2 you are getting ready pin as 0, right? Because the next state of D2 will be 0, that's why Q2 next state of second flip flop, which is nothing but ready pin, that will be active load during the T2. Now this is how to generate a wait state, right? Now ready pin should be 1 in order to convey information that external peripheral is ready for data transfer. To this, to make one D2 you have to 0. D2 should be 0. You have to make D2 should be 0 in order to make ready pin as 1, right? Now this is about the generation of wait state. In next lecture we will see the interfacing of 8085 with timers and counters, right? Thank you.